Hey guys, so today I'm going to show you some features for Discovery Education textbook. So I'm going to show you how to find our textbook and how to assign it to students, as well as how to create and assign boards to students. So when you log in, this is what our Discovery Education homepage looks like. And the first thing we're going to do is we're going to go to our science textbook. So under My DE, you're going to see this nice green square that says Science Textbook. So we're going to click on that. And this is where it's going to bring you into your grade level textbook. So you might have to change it up here at the top. You only have to do it once and it pretty much stays that way. So pick your grade level. I'm third grade. So I'm going to leave it at third grade. So when I do that, I can scroll down and I can look at all the major concepts and units for our textbook. Now, sometimes you got to search through a little bit to find your standards, but a lot of times they correlate very well with what we're teaching. So right now, my students are learning about earth materials, and we're about to start doing sampling soils and going through that earth material. So I'm going to click on View Concept. When I do that, it brings me into the materials that students can see through their textbook. So up here, you see we have the Engage, Explore, Explain, and Elaborate. Those are all things that students can see, and there's a lot of great videos, and there's a lot of great interactives that students can do just by signing the textbook. And the textbook can also read it to your students. If you have some younger students, you'll notice there's some definitions you can click on. There's just a lot of great features that our students can not only just read from a passage, but they can be interactive with what they're reading. So I'm going to show you two ways that you can assign your Discovery Education textbook to students. So the first way you can assign the Discovery Education textbook to your students is through Google Classroom. So we're going to come over here to the right to this arrow that says Share Page, and we're going to click on that. When we do that, it brings up a link you can send to students, or we can also come up here to the Google Classroom button. So we're going to click on that Google Classroom button. So it's going to bring us into Google Classroom. The first thing we're going to need to do is choose our class. And then we need to choose our action. So I'm going to click Create an Assignment. And then all I have to do is click Go. And it's going to bring us up into an assignment page. And so you can see the link is already in there. And all I need to do is click Assign to assign it to my students, and it should pop up on their Google Classroom. So another way you can assign it to students is directly through the Discovery Education site. So you're going to come up here to this plus sign, and you're going to click the plus sign. And then you're going to click this button that says Assign. When you do that, it brings you into this page. All you have to do is you have to click an assignment date when you want it to start, and then you're going to click when you want it due. So I usually give them about a week. And then next you're going to click Select Class. Once you do that, you just need to click your class that you're assigning to. It says all students are selected, and I'm going to click Assign. After that, all I have to do is check to make sure the information is correct and click OK. And then it's going to appear on my students' homepage. So as soon as they sign into their Discovery Education site, the assignment will pop up on their homepage. It's as simple as that. The next thing I'm going to show you is how to create a board and assign it to your class. So when we're on our home screen, you're going to go up to this middle section that says Teach, that's in purple. We're going to click this button that says Studio in the middle. Right, so if you've done Discovery Education boards before, it looks a little different. They've updated it to this new studio format. So if we want to create a board, we're going to come over here to Let's Create. And you can create from a template or you can start from scratch. Well, let's just start from scratch for today's sake. When I come in to start with scratch, I get this blank screen with nothing on it. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to pick a background color. So I'm just going to pick this purple color. That's going to be a background color for now. And then we can click a pattern if we want. So maybe you want plant life, maybe you want a wall, maybe you want it to look like a canvas or a basketball. I'm just going to click on basketball to give it a little bit more texture. And so we've got our background of our board. So to create a board, it's just like basically creating a Pinterest page. You can pick and choose the things you want on it and make it into this personalized assignment for students where they can watch videos, read articles, anything that you want to pick and choose to put on there for students to have in one location. So to add things to our board, we come down here to this blue plus button. When I click on that, it brings up a lot of different things that we can do. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to do a header for my discovery board. So this one's going to be on types of rocks. And I can change the background from light if I want to make it dark. Maybe I want it to be white to stand out a little bit more. Kind of like the light one for this one, so I'm going to leave it for that. So that just helps it stand out more. So the next thing I might want some text box just to give directions to students because my students are younger, to guide them on what to do. So if I click text, it's going to bring up a little text box so I can type in what I want to say. And it brings up all the normal text features that you would see on most typing apps. So I'm just going to type in some directions. Once I've got that typed in, I can also change the background for this. So maybe I want this one to be darker or transparent. And so just add a little bit more texture to the board. So now I want to actually add some videos and add some images. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on this plus button again. This time I'm going to add from Discovery Education. So I'm going to click on that. I'm going to search types of rocks. So when I do that, it brings up a lot of different categories. I can narrow this down. All of our categories here, we have videos, boards, images, audio, text. I'm going to narrow it down to videos because I just want to start off with videos. And depending on what you want, I don't think I really want a 16-minute video. I'm just going to click this nice 2-minute and 38-second video, and I'm going to click Add Selected. When I do that, it brings up the video, so it'll pop up, and this is the exact same way that students will see it. Another feature you can do on a board is you can create these blocks. So if I wanted to do a wonder wall, I could click it like this, and then it go ahead and gives me a bunch of spaces where I can add things. So now if I wanted to add things, all I would have to do is click the plus sign, and I can upload from my device, search for Discovery Education, or add from a list that I saved earlier. So I'm just going to add a few things, and then we'll see what it looks like. So once I've created my board and I'm ready to share it and everything's the way I want it, I'm going to come up here to this button, this blue arrow in the right corner that says share, and I'm going to click on it to invite other people to look at it and to give them a live link. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on this live link, and it just brings up a URL. So I just click copy URL. It's now copied to my clipboard, and I can email that to coworkers or send it to them however way I want, and they'll have a link where they can copy the board to their studio. Now, if I want to assign it to students, I'm just going to come over here, I'm going to click the share option again, and I'm going to click assign. So when I do that, what I need to do is I need to click when I want it due. So maybe, again, I want 7 days. I can allow where messages for anybody collaborating it can allow to chat. I can make it collaborative where students will be able to access the same board and edit it. Right now, I just want my students to be able to look at the content. I don't want them to be able to edit. So I'm going to leave these top 2 things off. I'm probably going to turn this one off as well. I make sure I click the due date, 7 days, and then if I want to assign it as a grade, I can assign some points and give some more instructions. Right now, I'm good with the way it is. So I'm just going to click to classroom, and then I'm just going to click on the classroom I want to assign it to. I'm going to click select all, and then I'm just going to click sign board. When I do that, the board has been assigned, and it's as easy as that. So that is how you create and sign a Discovery Education board to your classroom.